Hello friends, Krista here. Thank you so much for stopping by Books and Jams. Today is a very exciting video because I am joining in Booklist Thursday. My two friends, Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand and Lindsey from Lindsey's Little Library, do Booklist Thursday every week. And for the last year or two, they have partnered up with other people to do 5-star prediction rounds of 5-star predictions. And they have asked me to join them this time, which is kind of fun. Each time they do a round of 5-star predictions, they have a different topic or type of book that they're predicting will be 5 stars. And we have been talking a lot about our Netgalley shelves and how low our percentages are on Netgalley. Netgalley, for those of you who don't know, is a website where you can request to review books. And you can get approved or not approved. A whole bunch of different publishers put books on there, and they are e-galleys or e-copies of books that are coming out in the near future. Now, my list on Netgalley is mostly books that have already come out, as you'll see in this video. They do recommend that you keep your percentage of books that you've actually read from your list up there in the 80s, I think. Mine is not currently in the 80s. It is currently in the 30s, but it started the year in the teens. So we're moving in the right direction, and doing this round of 5-star predictions with Sarah and Lindsey will help to get that percentage up even higher. So I have chosen 5 books from my Netgalley shelf that I'm really hoping will be 5 stars. Some of them you've already heard me talk about on my channel, and 4 of them, 3 of them I already own, and 1 I currently have out from the library, even though it's overdue and I need to return it. But at least I have it here to show you for today's video. So let's just jump right in. The first one that I've chosen for this 5-star predictions round is The Personal Librarian by Marie Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray. It's about a young woman named Bella who is a personal assistant to J.P. Morgan. Bella is hired by J.P. Morgan to curate this collection of rare manuscripts that he has. And in order for her to even get this job, she has had to pass as white. So she's a young Black woman who's light-skinned, passing as white, and has to hide her true identity in order to make a lasting impact in her world at the time and in the future to come. So this is a topic that I'm very interested in, and I know there are a number of books out there now about Black people choosing to pass as white. I know Nella Larson has one called The Passing, I think, and Vanishing Half is one that I'm interested in reading. And yeah, so this one I've heard a couple of you say that it's among your favorites of the year so far. So I have very high hopes that I'm gonna love this one too. So that is The Personal Librarian, and it did come out right at the end of June. Actually, all 5 of mine are already currently out. They are not new releases anymore. This is how great I do on Netgalley. The next one you guys have heard me talk about quite a few times, and that's The Forest of Vanishing Stars by Kristen Harmel. I have read one other Kristen Harmel book and absolutely loved it, The Book of Lost Names, and so I have really high hopes that I'll love this one too. It is a World War II historical fiction about a young German girl who was kidnapped and brought into the wilderness to live, and lives there for years, but then the person who kidnapped her passes away, and she's got to survive on her own. She comes across a group of fleeing Jewish young people who stick with her for a little while, and then they split, and I'm not sure why. I'm just very eager to read this book. Another book by Kristen Harmel. I think it's going to be fantastic. Crossing my fingers that it is 5 stars. Another World War II historical fiction that I'm really thinking will be 5 stars for me is The Woman with the Blue Star by Pam Jenoff. This is my library copy that needs to be returned like today because I'm already getting charged fines. This one does take place in the Polish ghettos. So this young woman, Sadie, is 18 and her mom is pregnant. And as they start clearing the ghettos and sending them to concentration camps, Sadie and her mom hide out in the sewers underneath the city. And she's looking out a grate one day, and a young Polish girl sees her in the grate, and they kind of strike up some kind of a conversation and relationship, and I'm not sure where it goes from there, but Pam Jenoff is one of the 5 authors that I would like to read this year, 6 authors maybe, and I still haven't read anything by her, so this wouldn't exactly fulfill that challenge because I don't own it yet, but it is on my Netgalley shelf, and so it does count for this challenge of choosing 5-star predictions from the Netgalley list that I have. So I'm excited to read The Woman with the Blue Star. The 4th one that I have is one that I've actually already started reading because I'm reading it this month with my patrons. That is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I've really loved Beach Read by her, and I've heard that that a lot of people like this one even better. I'm really hoping that it's a 5-star read for me. It is about these two people who were friends in college, I believe. They met in college. They start taking summer vacations every year together, and then something happens where they stop taking vacations together, and then Poppy decides, let's just go for it one last time and see if we can salvage our relationship. We'll see from there. I have heard good things about it. I have heard some not so great things about it, but I'm hopeful that for me it will be a 5-star read. So we shall see. And then finally, the last one that I have, I do also own, and that is a middle grade, which of course I have some middle grade books on my Netgalley shelf. And this one is The Elephant's Girl by Celesta Remington. This one is pretty interesting. I think it's going to have a little bit of magical realism in it. However, it's about this young girl who, when she is, I think 2, gets swept up in a tornado and dropped in the zoo, and this elephant kind of protects her from the rest of the storm, and it forms a bond between the elephant and the young girl. And I don't really know where we go from there. I think she might be fostered by the zookeeper as they try to find her family and such like that. So I think that sounds really lovely. I love books that have elephants in them, and I'm excited to read a middle grade that I really hope will be a 5-star read. So here are 4 of the 5, and as well as the personal librarian, that I really am counting on being 5-star reads. I would love to hear from you if you've read any of these, if you think I'm on track, if you think they're going to be 5 stars for me or not. And also, please go ahead and check out Sarah and Lindsey's videos. I will link them down below so you can check out what they think is going to be 5 stars. I know a lot of you guys use Netgalley as well. I would love for you to pick a book that you think is going to be 5 stars and participate along with us for this round. That would be a lot of fun. Pick one or 2 or 5 of your Netgalley books, and in a couple months, I will come back and let you know if those were 5 stars for me or not. We'll see. That's it for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be talking to you in another video very soon. Bye.